Graph the logarithmic function and use the graph to find the domain. We'll begin with the graph of the natural logarithm of x. Remember, this is shorthand for log base e of x. And since the base e is greater than 1, we're going to have an increasing exponential function. And the starting characteristics are that we have a vertical asymptote at x is equal to 0, an x-intercept at 1, 0, and this is an increasing exponential function that approaches that vertical asymptote but never actually arrives there. In this example, we actually have two transformations. Our order of transformation says that we need to do these multipliers first, and an outside multiplier is going to be a flip vertically, which basically means over the x-axis. So I'm going to shrink down the original graph so that we have space for this first transformation. A vertical flip is only going to affect the y-coordinates of our ordered pairs, so this vertical asymptote, which counts as an x-coordinate, doesn't move, and our x-intercept does not move because we're multiplying the y values by -1. However, the rest of the function is going to be flipped vertically, and we'll call this the graph of negative ln of x, essentially a vertical flip on the ln of x function. The second and final transformation is that we're going to shift to the right 1 unit. This is an inside transformation which affects our graph horizontally. So when everything moves to the right, the vertical asymptote moves to the right and all the ordered pairs also move to the right, so that the position of the new vertical asymptote is going to be at x is equal to +1. The x-intercept is going to move to the point 2, 0, and our logarithmic function approaches the asymptote and passes through that intercept in this way. We're mainly focusing our attention on the asymptotes and intercepts of this graph because ultimately we're after the domain, and this is enough to determine that the domain of this function is going to go from +1 to +infinity, from this asymptote out to +infinity. We do not include the +1 because that is the equation of the asymptote, and so this is the domain of that logarithmic function. Now we're going to find the domain algebraically. We want to move forward with finding the domain algebraically because it's not always easy to graph a logarithmic function by hand. This function had some pretty clean transformations. The idea for finding the domain of a logarithmic function algebraically is that we want to set the argument greater than 0. The argument of a logarithm cannot be 0 or cannot be negative, so we want to figure out who are the x values that ensure that our argument is positive. So we simply set the argument greater than 0 and solve for x. When we do this, we get x is greater than 1, which we then convert to interval notation to express the domain, and this is the same domain that we obtained using the graph. Notice this algebraic process is shorter and much cleaner.